Hey guys, good morning. Late start to Friday. I don't expect to be heavily trading today. Nasdaq looks like it's gonna continue this little bit of liquidation pullback that we've seen, selling on the news into some good earnings, Tesla, Microsoft, etc. You can see that the lines that we've shown many times on our 1-year daily channel lines with the Fibonacci's, etc., are coming into play here. We figured that we talked about it a few days ago, pulling back into the white channel line. I know some of these are hard to see, and I apologize. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but you can see now how important these channel lines are, because this area here on the Nasdaq pullback, breaking below the 20, puts us into a little touch right there on the channel line. So I would expect could possibly be retested again sometime today. So figure your Nasdaq triple Q support is somewhere in the neighborhood of 253.70. We could push through there. The energy will want it to snap back, but just a point of reference. And then obviously resistance is going to be somewhere up in the 256.70 area. So you have a little bit of a spread there. It's kind of tightening. So that's one to keep an eye on. Intel gapping down this morning, I guess, on earnings. My focus today is 2 IPOs actually, and yesterday we did fantastic with Meg. Hopefully you guys participate on that one. Opening closer to the offering price finally was nice. There's actually 6 IPOs today. There's 2 that are interesting: ANNX, Alfred Nancy X-Ray, and ITOS, Indigo Tom Oxford Sam. And then there's one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on after it trades for a few days. I want to kind of see what kind of pattern it forms, because it has a lot of potential, but it's a very highly speculative biotech. NRIX, Nancy Romeo Indigo X-Ray, which should be interesting too. Netflix, we had our target support at 470, and you can see it's hit 470 and the low pre-market there. I'll be watching that for a rebound, and then Tesla I'll be watching for some reversal too, because of the timing of the earnings with this pullback in Nasdaq. Actually, their support is a little bit below there, I believe, right around 1,380. I don't know that we'll get there today, so I'll be watching for some shape change on that as well. Some of the crazy stocks in the news this morning: Abus. I think it's a biopharma company. This one will be interesting to watch. Let me look at the daily on this one. Yeah, this is like blue sky territory. Some of these are just intraday trades only. You know, they don't like to have continuation moves. I know this has some price history further back, and yeah, I mean, this could be a mover. We'll see. Just trying to gauge where these can go is very difficult. I mean, we're well above the 200 exponential moving average when you see a move like this. And then you have this kind of pivot along here at the 555 area, which sometimes becomes support intraday. So, and then you have to look at the other history to kind of figure out where this can go. I mean, 880, 890, 860, you know, those are stretch points. And you can see how intraday 880, 890, 860 now became resistance. So to retrace that move and get back up and attack that might be difficult. If it does, usually it won't last. It's a time calculation where, you know, time over, time under certain areas, energy starts to take over the sellers, start to overwhelm the buyers. So you can kind of see that the 5s is support, and then you kind of just play this intraday. You might get a move to 760 off the bat early on, but that 880 is going to be tough. If you break above there, it's just going to be pure emotional blow off to the upside. BLCT is a IPO that this is my worst loss of the year, and this is unbelievable that this company had so much promise, in my opinion. It's a Chinese social media company that's actually growing and getting ready to turn profitable. So why this has been shunned by Wall Street so bad, it's hard to tell. But if you look at where this opened up at, and we'll do an hourly on this so we can kind of look at it in one screen. I can do a 20-minute. You can see that this thing was up at $35 the first day, $35.89, and then just dropped precipitously. It had one bounce, and it's been nothing but down since then. So even to draw a channel line might be a little bit sketchy. I mean, these are hard to do technicals on. Are we coming into this channel line somewhere today in this low 13 area? I mean, I can't imagine. I've been liquidating this on the way down, taking losses and getting out of this position. But now, after getting out of most of the position, now I'm interested in maybe playing it intraday for a rebound. It's getting way oversold here. The volume is probably starting to dry up here. So I think so many traders have gotten out of this position that it might be good for a rebound. And then FVAC, I want to be able to add to my position here on this pullback. So this one will be one to watch as well. You have huge support in the 1330, 1340 area on FVAC. We hit our top channel line. As a trader, like I said, I probably would have taken the position, but I'm not here to monitor this one. I'm here to add on weakness. So, and then AYRO, hitting our second entry area on the Fibonacci. This is a company I'm actually interested in buying a position in to hold for the longer term. So these are ones that I scale in very small positions at a time, especially on a market like this that could have some weakness over the next couple weeks. I'm not going to be so quick to jump into stocks that I want to hold for the longer term. This certainly falls into that category. So does Netgear, NTGR. It's had a nice run, and we're looking for a pullback there too. Maybe like I said, this gets into the low 30s, high 29s like we talked about. If you're a trader, maybe get out at least half of the position. And then if you're a buy and hold person, then, look to get back in on weakness. And that's your area right around 30. Well, you'll try to nibble on that. So ABUS looks kind of interesting this morning. FVAC missed, got an upgrade. I think a high price target, pharmaceuticals. This was a mover yesterday, and it had a nice continuation move, which normally these are one and done, pump and dumps. Let's look at it on a 2-day so we can kind of get a better picture of what it did yesterday. And to try to gauge these technically is unbelievably difficult, because you see some of these start to break down intraday. Look at this move, channel break, right? Multiple channel breaks, and then pops back up, and then kind of fades a little bit into the close. But if you're into the stock and watching it go from 9:30 down to 6s, and then retest the high, and then push through it late in the day, it's pretty wild. And then now you have another attempt at that high. This could definitely be something to watch. When you have this continuation move, and you look at a 2-year on this too, is there room? I mean, it's hitting the 200 exponential. It's having a little bit of energy rejection there. That's the 990 area. Could be stretched through there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at that volume bar on this. So, company looks like they don't make any money. This is strictly news oriented, so nothing that I would buy and hold, but one to watch for a reversal, maybe somewhere along the VWAP. These are very difficult to gauge. You have to watch them as you've seen before the intraday moves. But I'll be focusing on the IPO, Tesla and Netflix as my rebound candidates, but you have to be careful with those. And then adding to some positions that I want to buy for a longer term buy and hold.